One of the biggest disadvantages an artist can have is to have good eyesight. Let me explain why this is a problem, how we can fix it without actually losing our eyesight, as I practice exactly what I'm about to share with you today. While having good eyesight might help us to drive and also spot danger in the old days, as artists, being able to see everything is not a great ability. When we start painting, we try to become a camera and get every single detail that we see, but while we're doing that, we are losing focus and end up with a painting that is not to our satisfaction, and it's really far from looking like a picture, which is a good thing. The primary objective as an artist is to learn to simplify. You'll hear this as learning how to see, but this is not very practical, and most of the times we're swamped with terms that we really don't understand yet. So how can we learn to see like the great artists do? Let's look at what I'm trying to paint right now. This is a very simple subject in the sense of like the composition is not very overwhelming, but there's still a lot of things happening. You can see that there's the fence, you can see the poles of the fence, the little bushes that are growing along the edge of the fence, the rocks, the little pebbles of the path, then the shadows and the grass. You see, there's so much happening in just one scene. But what if I didn't see very well? How would this look like to me? It would probably look something like this. Now, what do you see here? You might not be able to see as much detail, but there's still a structure that you're able to follow. There's a very clear light shape and shadow shape. With this much simpler structure, we're able to just focus on what is important, which is the light and dark shapes. We're also able to see color more clearly. Instead of being able to see every single little detail of color, we also just focus on what is the bigger average color. That's why I started first with the shadow, because that's the one thing that interested me most from this scene. It's not really about the color, it's about how light is moving. And I really love the long shadows, therefore I focused on that first, and then I started blocking in the colors of the light. It's also very easy to see what is really important for this scene. At first, when I could see all of the scene, like every single detail, I would see the fence and like the little highlights of the fence and also the shadows of the fence, the little rocks, each individual rock, and also the rocks that are part of the fence, the bushes. All these things exist when we have really good vision. And I'm pretty sure that you already know where I'm going with this. We have to squint. That's our superpower. And if you're watching this and you are nearsighted, then next time you try to paint without your glasses and see how much better you're able to simplify things. I need to consciously think about squinting, otherwise, I don't do it. So that's why I feel like if you have good vision, you're a bit more doomed than the people that already have bad vision. Of course, when you're painting, you want to look at everything, so you put your glasses on. But I think that if you're able to have that as a default, then you're like ahead. How weird is that? So now that we know that painting is not so much about what we see, but what we don't see and choose to leave out. It's a bit much like life, that we decide consciously to choose the things that we want to focus on, like the positive things or the negative things, being open to experience everything, but at the same time just choosing what you're gonna keep and what you're gonna let go. And those things that we choose to keep are those which are important to us and that will help us build a better picture when looking back at our lives. That was kind of deep. I really love when painting teaches me something about life. Subscribe if you want to learn more about life and painting with me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.